Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Fed Day. Hopefully, everybody's having a good morning here. We are up a boatload. I think it was Rogue in the live chat playing the overnight strategy on ES over here, making absolute boatloads of cash. 70 points, it looks like right now. I mean, 60, 70 points, depending on where that entry was. Congratulations, buddy. I mean, that's an epic one. That overnight strategy, guys, has been out for free on my YouTube channel for a while. You literally don't have to know anything about the market in order to implement that one. That one is a fun one. So, team, there's not going to be a whole lot to do this morning just because we have Powell later. I think we have some data coming up, though. Let me look. Pending home sales at 10 is going to be interesting. But the most important pieces of data coming out today are obviously going to be the guidance from the Fed at around 2 and 2:30 p.m., which we will be back live for at about 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. My baby AMD having a nice positive reaction on earnings. That's nice. NEE with utilities is starting to look like it wants to head higher here. Match Group, that had a really positive reaction to earnings here. So maybe we can get a little post earnings on MTCH or AMD. We had Starbucks moving up as well, up about 4.7%. So, I mean, let's see what happens with a couple of these here. I remember that Starbucks trade. That was fun. Yields are coming down very significantly. I mean, I haven't really seen a whole lot of data on this move. It looks like, the market's just reacting positively to what happened with earnings. And that's kind of what I've been saying. Like, this market isn't actually giving anybody a clear direction. You have no clear direction here. I mean, yes, you do have lower highs, lower lows, but right now you're shifting trend. So you can't really do a whole lot with this, but what you can look for is if we look let me see here. Let's go to ES on this chart. In relation to where the 10 EMA is, well, where are we? Well, we've dropped down below this 10 EMA, used it as resistance and started to trend lower a few times. Now we're trying to peak back above. Pre-Powell, that is going to be a bit interesting. We want to make sure that the market's going to be an uptrend, when we start to sling some of these trades to the upside. So if we end up getting that move, we start to consolidate up above and start to shift this trend back up, we could have swing season back in full swing, ladies and gentlemen. But it is that time of day again. Say good morning to somebody in the live chat. If you guys would like to say good morning to me, I'd love to receive some good mornings over here. Happy FOMC day, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. You guys have been crushing it on these public streams. Help spread these streams out to some more people. Remember, little reminder before we get into everything today, but obviously we're going to talk about it later. Today is the last day for the 40% off sale to all the education. You get both the courses, all the watch list of stocks about to explode before they do every single week. And most importantly, you guys are going to get access to the premium Discord that is launching at the end of August, completely free. So that link, I think, is pinned at the top of the live chat. The code is STV40. But let's see who we got in here this morning. Let's see. We got Rogue, Dr. Bob, Starsky, Ambitious, Eddie, Todd, BTD, Alfie, Jay, Sadie, Jammer, Alfie, the overnight strategy is just on YouTube. I think the title is like 700% gain, somewhere like that. When the rate cut is here, we're gonna talk about that, Ali. Barry says everyone take advantage of the 40% discount. I did, Barry. Welcome, buddy. Again, Barry, I told you got any questions about anything, you let me know. That's my job. I want to make sure that you guys are able to have all your questions answered. But yeah, Alfie, here's the strategy at the 6 p.m. open for ES. You buy, as many contracts as you want, but that's where your buy orders are. You set a 9-point stop and you sell at market open. That's the strategy. That's the overnight strategy. It's pretty nasty. So, you crushed it here. This is a nasty one. I don't really think there would have been much going on in here. But when the market's uptrending like that, you can have some real fun with it. But that was a dirty one. If you did that, I think it was Rogue. Yeah, it was. That was a filthy one. So, team, again, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. This is the biggest day of the week here. It's going to be fun. So, AMD, we're going to see if we can get a post earnings move on that one. We had what? PayPal lost. The 3M was a 500%er. The IBM was a 250%er. So, maybe I'll take one of them, but I don't know yet. Starbucks also looks good here. 79.50, starting to head higher. Yields are getting cracked here. So, I mean, the 10 years down 0.82%. That's pretty significant. We've got NEE is looking good as well. That's the Daniel, you guys can't post. How do you know that's going to make money? Because you test it and then you know. Over like a 20-year period. You watch the video, Alfie, it'll make a lot more sense to you. Let's see. Let's see here. Good morning, Brandon. So, yeah, that's what we've got going on today. Let's see what we get going closer towards market open, but we're probably not going to get a whole lot. I mean, I would be interested in playing the post earnings on Match, AMD, or Starbucks, but I mean, it's Powell Day. The only thing I'm really looking at is, what is it, pending home sales coming out? Too bad it's only MES. Don't really run the over. I mean, that's still great, Rogue. That's still great games. That might be the biggest one that I've seen. Is it just what? No, Alfie, make sure you watch the video. I can't go through it all right now, buddy. But like, no, it's every day. You can't, Daniel, you can't put links in the chat. It won't show up. It just won't. I think mods might be able to, but I think I'm the only one that can put a link in the live chat. It's like my special powers over here. So let's see. Yeah, and guys, we're going to be live again later today for Powell at about 1:30. So again, make sure you guys are sticking around for that. But this market's up big. Also, VIX has set up a firm for the payment plan. Barry making good points over here. Yeah, the payment plan. But again, so everybody's going to have access to the Discord when it releases. I mean, it's not going to be cheap. And then in August, the discount's only going to be 20% off. So today's the last day for the 40% off sale. That's like the most insane. Yeah, AMD does look good here. I kind of like this one. I mean, it meets the criteria. AMD matched. Starbucks kind of, but not really. It shows up for you. Yeah, I know it's going to show up for you, but it doesn't show up for anybody else. Whoa. TikTok bought OpenAI's models via Microsoft for $20 million a month. Oh, my Lord. CrowdStrike faces investor class action over outage. Oh boy. Do I still have a position in PayPal? No. Once it takes out that 5-minute opening range low, it's gone. Is it up? Oh. Well, I mean, if you guys still have it, there you go. I mean, that one's looking pretty good. This pre-market here. But no, I don't have it. But if any of you guys are still holding it, I mean, that one could look really good. What else are we looking at? Yeah, we can go ticker hunting, but there's not much. NEE is really the only other one that I'm looking for. I mean, you do have like kind of USB, but it's like, Like, it's not perfect. Why is my computer being so slow? Like, I don't like this. This just it looks like it's going to be a slow grind up. Even though it looks decent, like, we're probably just going to be waiting. Glenn, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Let's see. All right. We got what? 22 minutes to go. 22 minutes to go. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's just not perfect. I want to wait for perfect so we can go back and start trading the ones just the way that we were. So if the market's not going to give us the opportunity, we don't do anything. That's the most important part about what we do. You know, some really good setups and some smaller banks. Yeah, banks have been looking good. Small caps have been looking good. REITs have been looking good. A lot, but think about the actual thesis as to why. It's rate sensitive. That's what we're looking at here. So you can have, that's the macro, like overarching macro thesis is people are rotating from some of the larger names into the small cap names that might need some more funding, and having lower rates in the prospect of rates coming down in the near future is going to make it easier for those companies. So it's easier for those investors to go buy them. That's why you're seeing a lot of that, or that rotation narrative is out there. Like, people might just be saying, oh, look, rotation. And it's like, well, you have to understand the reasons why things would be rotating. If we're going to get closer to September and people are going to start thinking, okay, rates are going to start stepping their way down, it makes it a lot. Biotechs, like, remember how we've been talking about Lebu? This is, I mean, it's more so XBI. Lebu's the 3 times levered one, but I give you guys Lebu down here. in the 90s. Well, no, it was right here because this was like the 96 area that I was trying to get, and this thing ran all the way up to what? 152? You got a 1 to 9 risk reward if you just held the thing. Gold, I actually kind of like gold. Like I don't like it in terms of like the setup there, but I do think it's going to continue up. That I'm not going to touch it because it's not going to meet the setup, but I do think gold could continue up. But other than that, this chart is very wonky and I wouldn't go near it. How? We can take a look at how. Well, when I say no, this is not in a launch zone. When I say launch zone, like just because it something trades down into what I call a launch zone doesn't mean that it like you can just buy it and hope for the best. Like think about the Mara example that we went through. And this one was just like right before I called it before the stock like tripled. This is the launch zone because of what it did last time, but that doesn't mean that you can just buy it as it comes down. What did I map out for you guys? I said it needs to sell through, come back up, consolidate, and then it's ready to go. Affirm, I don't know if it's going to do it. I think it's still close to it. Yeah, it's right on it. So I still want to see Affirm sell through, come back up. And then as we get into like the holiday season in Q4, then get a setup and we could blast this thing all the way back up to these highs. That's kind of what I'm thinking on Affirm. Maybe it sets up a little bit higher, but this is kind of reminding me of what happened like with Mara. Like we hit it right on the nose perfectly. And then the chart is kind of just jacked up for like 6-7 months. Wrong Halliburton. That's what I thought it was. Oh, it's same deal. No, I mean you do have a nice little period of consolidation here. I'd like to see a little more. You have an earnings gap down though, so I wouldn't be all that thrilled with that. And it's Powell day. That's the other thing you got to remember with Powell today. The only thing that I'm actually thinking about doing is either like managing all like positions or like maybe trading some 5-minute opening range breaks on the post earnings trades, but like with really small size. CTAS, let's take a look at that one. I think this one broke. No, this one's just hanging on. This one's just hanging on here. Your bank tickers. All right, ONB. Well, I know the banks look good. Like I know they look good, but yeah, that looks good. When was their earning? Right here. I like this one. UMBF. It's not bad. They do look good. Like that. The banks do look good. I don't like this one. This one I'm not the biggest fan of. Blackstone. I know this one looks good. Blackstone looks all right. How's the market? Dude, the market is still pushing to the highs. Still pushing. That is crazy. My computer's slow today. It's gonna piss me off. What else? WAFD. That needs to go flat a little bit more. I like that one. It's gonna be right on top of the 10. Yeah, see. Let's see. The Winmore Trader. Morning, SV. Good morning, people. Last day to secure the deal of a lifetime. It's worth it. Thank you, Winmore Trader. Yeah, guys. Again, today's the last day to get 40% off to all the educational courses, and make sure that you're getting and securing your free access to the Discord when it launches. So the 40% off sale ends today. For August, it'll be 20% off. I'm still gonna be nice to you guys, but you're not going to get the 40% off. Today's the last day for that. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. The link is at the top of the live chat. The discount code is STV40. All right, let's see. ZION. Not the biggest fan. And then RF. More consolidation. Again, I don't really want to be screwing around with banks that much. We've seen how they trade. They trade a little wonky. What's this? Oh, yeah, match. This thing's ripping. I mean, AMD is probably going to be the one that I would look for the 5-minute opening range break and see what it wants to do. Because what could happen with AMD more so like over some of these other companies is AMD had already sold off. It's obviously a semiconductor in the semiconductor space. So like it could get some crazy wild bullish candles after it gets the break, which could enable us to make that position free a lot faster than something like a Match or a Starbucks or something like that. That's just my idea though. There's no like data behind that. I'm just like, that's my thoughts. Spy trying to play in the gap. Dude, this thing is whipping around to the upside. One directional whipping around, just skyrocketing. Which was interesting after yesterday. Like these moves down yesterday were very, very, very interesting. I was looking for some trades in there. I did have what? I think I had 2 day trades yesterday. One winner, one loser, finished slightly green. I was like, all right, cool. But let's check what else. Oh, you guys are slacking on the like button today. It's a Powell day, and you guys are slacking. Oh, also to everybody in here, I mean, we are definitely going to be live for Powell later as well. So I'm going to be coming back on at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see what we get there. That'll be fun. AMD. What else was I looking at? I have a lot of alerts on some things, but again, pre-Powell, no need to do a whole lot. We probably won't be on for that long this morning. I do want to see the reaction to the data. So after that, we'll probably wrap it up and get ready for Papa Powell later, because that's going to be a wild afternoon. Do you think if SPX is up this much pre-market, it's less likely to carry on going up throughout the day? Well, I mean, yes, but anything can happen, especially on an FOMC day. Because you also got to take into account like earnings and like, where's Nvidia right now? How much is Nvidia up? Like 5% or something? More? 7%. How's Nvidia up the same amount as AMD? Like, so Nvidia is driving a lot of this as well. So I mean, it's kind of just based on the market, or like the, what do you call it? Like some of those smaller names in the market, not necessarily the news. But yeah, I mean, I would say it's less likely. To a new fund, SSBIX. Josh, I can look at it. I've never heard of that one though. What time's the data? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Yeah, Josh, I could take a look at that. I mean, we could look at it right now. Good morning, gang. Stuck at work? There you go, Daily Taylor. Calls are printing. Yeah, man. What is it? SSBIX? And let me just look at it really quick. State Street Balance Index Fund. I mean, it's not going to be anything crazy, I don't think. I mean, is it like... Oh, it's... Yeah, it's 60-40. That's fine. I mean, it's basically just a typical 60-40 equity bond portfolio. That's all it is. That's all that is. All right. What else do we want? Starbucks. See how this is doing. Let's see if this can clear 80. That'd be wild. That would be wild. And then Microsoft, how's that doing? Is that pushing green? No. But, I mean, Microsoft is in an interest. This thing flashed all the way down here. Like, Microsoft was flashing 3.8 in the 380s last night. Where do you stand confidence-wise on when these setups form at all-time highs versus down below looking at return? We've already been. I like them more like the Tesla. Think about like the Tesla that we hit, or like a Skyworks. Like, I actually like when the market hates it more then it shifts the trend, consolidates because the moves are quicker, more aggressive, and that's where we get our multi-thousand percenters. That's typically where we're getting them. Let's see. So I usually don't like them at all-time highs. Especially when the market is at all-time highs. That's what I was saying when we were back. I was like, I don't like this. Like, it's weird because it's going to get squirrely. Like, you'll see those wicks come in. Things will start to go. They'll get sold into just randomly because the market decides to just have an aneurysm that day. So I like things more after sell-offs than you shift the trend. Those are my favorite things to play. Like Tesla's a great example. The multi-thousand percenter on Tesla. This example right here. Boom, market hates it. You have kind of like a inverse head and shoulders, but who cares? Then you start consolidating right into the 10. Boom. Easy. You can find it on trading. You can look at the chart. You didn't find much on it. The expense ratio is 0.05. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that too. It's like net asset value is like 1205 or 1250 or something. Tesla's chart looks terrible. I don't want anything to do with this. Let's see. What do we got here? 9 minutes to go until market open, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we get today. Let's see what we get today. Where's Palantir this morning? Because those sold puts were down. Where is it? Oh, that's all right. It's all right. What else we got? Oh, and then DRN. That's another one I gotta keep a lookout for. How's that doing? XLRE with yields down. They should be moving. All right. Yeah. Any other takers you guys want to look at, let me know. But there's not going to be much for Powell. I will let you guys know when the market's ready to go. And you guys are all going to see it too. It's not that hard to find. What is the best stock today for a possible trade for me and why? The only thing I'm really looking at is the post-earnings moves on potentially match Starbucks or AMD. Other than that, since it's an FOMC day, I'm doing probably nothing. Because there's no, like, after 2 p.m. hits Eastern, things are going to get a little weird. Things are going to start moving all over the place. So there's no real reason to be in anything. CMG. I mean, if this shifts, I would actually be very interested in Chipotle. If it shifted, consolidated, I'd go crazy on it. That would actually be fun. Not yet. I mean, give this a couple of weeks, but that will be something that I go for. If it sets up. Yeah, Deuce, that's what I would look for. Like AMD, the post-earnings strategy. If you haven't watched the post-earnings strategy video, it's out on YouTube. So again, make sure you guys have notifications turned on for the YouTube channel. Crowd to the downside? Probably not. Probably not. It's already moving. I don't know why we would touch this now. I mean, I'd maybe start selling puts on it if it sold off even more. Like if this thing came down and cracked 200, I'd probably start selling puts on it. But then again, this thing is like got lawsuits all over the place now, so I probably won't. MNKD. That I love. I love that chart. Earnings on Wednesday. Yeah, like we got to get through earnings season is what we have to do. What could actually happen is that even if the market wants to screw around, I like AMD over Starbucks. I mean, it depends. Like, it doesn't actually matter. You could just do all three and be like, all right, well, like AMD, it either is going to like be absolutely perfect or it's going to be a hole and it's going to like break, shift down, come back up and do all sorts of weird things. So it's very possible today, guys, that the market, like we open and then AMD and those things just nosedive. It's very possible because AMD's earnings weren't really that good. So we'll see. MNKD I like, but then what I was talking about was if we see some more of these big like moves up on earnings, even if the market is screwing around and those can start consolidating, we can still get some nasty post-earnings setups. Not like the 5-minute opening range break ones, like the actual post earnings consolidation setups, which are some of the most fun. We did that on Netflix a few times, Palantir. Like there's been a lot of really good ones in there. You just have to know where to look. And the thing is, guys, like finding stocks that are about to explode before they do are so simple. Cole, no, you're not. You will do no such thing. Cole, if you ever do that, I'm going to just like not let you in the Discord. I won't let you in. I'll be like, nope, sorry. All right. 5 minutes to go. Let's see. I mean, this thing's moving. Yeah, more CrowdStrike news. All right. What else? Andy High's not seen since last week. No, you're right, but I mean that's a nice shift and a nice reaction. So you just got to see if that 5-minute opening range is taken. I'd want to play him. I would expect nothing less. I would ban you, Cole. If you full ported anything, I'd be no banned. Now, here's the thing. If I, in the small account challenge, decide to full port, nobody can ban me because it's a small account challenge and everybody knows that I'm going to trade it like a complete degen. So, just putting it out there. When I decide, I probably won't full port anything. The biggest I would probably go is like 50% size on it. That's probably the most that I would go on the small account challenge, which will be a lot of fun. The ticker hunting competition is going to be fun. All right. What else? Match. I want to see how this thing opens. Full porting NVIDIA? No, I would actually probably buy like anything else. I can't. Like, why would I buy NVIDIA? I already own AMD. Like, that's the issue. Like, yeah, NVIDIA has got me a little bit on the total return, but like from that exact time frame of like when the returns aren't that much different. So like I wouldn't then go and buy the thing that's already up. Like what you would then have to, this is another thing you got to ask yourself is if you have a giant position, this is interesting. If you have a giant position in something, an interesting question to ask yourself is if you had that amount in cash, would you buy that stock? And if the answer is no, you probably should sell some, which is kind of why I've been selling and like selling premium on AMD to make sure I'm getting my money back. I have a feeling you're going to crush the small account challenge. Yeah, or it goes to 0. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Or like maybe I turn $1,000 into like 20 grand. I don't know. Or I lose the $1,000. Who cares? It'll be fun though. I am going to trade it like a complete degenerate, but I'm also not like I wouldn't. This is the other thing. I wouldn't start the small account challenge in a market like this. I would obviously wait until we get a better market and then we sling it. And I would probably have some rules like 2 weeks out. I'd do like a 50% allocation if I really wanted to. Weeklies, I'd probably do 15 to 25. End of day candle closes will tell us a lot today. Yeah, today and tomorrow. We need both of them. Because today you're already up so much in the market. I would honestly say the rest of this week. But because we have NFP Friday as well. Can't wait to get competitive with the tickers. Yeah, I mean, you guys know the rule of what we're going to do with the ticker hunting competition. It's like everybody gets one ticker. You can't send in a million of them. So, but yeah, guys, today is the last day to get the 40% off deal, all the education, and make sure you're getting the free access to the Discord when it launches at the end of August. Links at the top of the live chat. Code is STV40. If you guys aren't in there yet by now, I mean, I don't know what you're doing. That's crazy. We've been slaughtering it. We're going to continue to slaughter it. Let's see. So 1 minute to go until open. Ding, ding, ding. Market open. Let's see what we get. You're tempted to do the 1 minute opening range? No, bad. Not on a Powell day, Cole. Don't do that. Oh, Starbucks. Starbucks ripping. Oh, cool. What is that? IEP? CTOS. I mean, honestly, who cares with all these earnings coming up? I mean, not earnings. Sorry, Powell. Yeah, that's not doing it. CTOS. Come on. CTOS looks all right. Aren't we already in this? I thought. Yeah, that one's moving. Goldman running. All right, what else we got? What is NEE is all right? So NEE got the move. I just can't. I won't be doing anything on a Powell day unless it's the 5 minute opening range break on earnings where I can trade it small. AMD got hammered. I do want to look at NEE though, because utilities have been strong as hell. I mean, maybe with some small risk, I would do that. It's wow, that thing's running. Oops. It's 2 minutes into market open though. You got to be careful. Chain's kind of jacked up. Nvidia and AMD, yeah, I mean AMD's only up what? 7% here. What's match doing? This one I don't think is gonna do it. Starbucks, the range is almost too big. ES selling a little bit. All right, PayPal back up and pushing. There you go. Are you guys? I mean, if you're still in that one, you can let that rip. Where is it? 65.29. So you finally got the break of 65. There you go. 60. Whoa, that one's going. All right. So PayPal was a loser for me, but for those of you guys that are holding it still, sizing it for 0, I mean, good for you. Good for you. I do really like NEE though. I want to see if I can snag something on it. I actually would get more time. That's what, like, utilities have looked freaking good, man. You know? I want to wait for at least a 5 minute candle, but you're in on NEE? Nice. Starbucks down. ES. Where's Palantir? Chilling. No, they didn't. They're gonna give me that, I bet. No. They just sniped the chain on NEE. Somebody did something on the ass there on NEE, and whatever that was really rude. Whoever did that, I'm not a fan of you. It wasn't you guys. I know that. But somebody did something on the NEE chain. Yeah, kind of running there. What if, hold on. See, that actually might be a better way to go. Somebody just like really moved up the ask on it. And then where's AMD? I think I have an alert on it, don't I? Yeah, I do. Yeah, PayPal is a good one. So I mean, if you, I would assume you guys have been able to make that PayPal free. Okay, they're being a little nicer on the NEE now. I mean, you do have the range. I mean, I'll throw an alert top bottom. If it invalidates below the bottom, obviously that's a dud. AMD kind of same deal. I got to throw one at the bottom here. Ooh, that was close. Come on, what is going on with this computer today? Come on. Like, let's look. Ooh, PayPal looking good there. XLRE. Like, how's real estate looking? I mean, with yields down the way that they are, that's a bit surprising. And then XLU, how's that look? Little pop, lock, and drop. Oh, but it gapped. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Market selling a little. Tesla cooking this morning? Yeah, you know how I feel about Tesla right now, though. It's just not like it's in no man's land. I do really like how utilities look, and then NEE has been one that I've like tried to get right in the past, and it's been tough. But that's because I was trading it with such short expirations, or just like with shares that like the stops are too tight. So we're gonna see what happens there. See if I can get something good. What else? AMD is hunting for it here. All right. Let's see. Yeah, and again, team, we are going to be back live for Powell later. Match not doing it. Where is Starbucks? Because that got a wild pop. Yeah, it's dropping now. Yeah, AMD is headed higher there. My sold Palantir puts are back in the green. Let's see if any. I mean, 75.68 would be an interesting break if this thing were to get up there. Here comes AMD. SAIC just hit an alert. We've been looking at that one a lot. Yeah, AMD just did it. Or it's right about to do it. Why is this? Oh, because we were drawing this out. That's why. See what the risk was on it. Yeah, that's breaking a little. AMD just hit. Let's see what happens here with that. Yeah, let's see if AMD. I mean, it's got to really clear above here to really get some steam. NEE back to 75. All right, let's see what happens with AMD here. It looks like it wants it. Yeah, here she goes. Palantir must be going nicely because those puts are up back up nicely today. Yeah, AMD is testing pre-market high. If it breaks there, you could have some fun on this. Well, this is the 8 a. Yeah, this is the 8 a.m. nonsense candle. This is really the pre-market high right here, 152.84. Got to push up through there. How's SAIC look? Yeah, that's not. It's almost there, but you got a slow grind on most things here. So let's see what happens with AMD. Oh, market turned up there a little bit. That's interesting. What are yields doing? Yields are making new lows. All right. AMD broke for a second. IWM and DIA trying to hold green on. Oh, they're getting hit? That's interesting. NEE's holding 75, but like not the biggest fan of that. IWM's red now. That's interesting. This is gonna get wild with Powell later, and we've got what do you call it? What do we have? Pending home sales at 10. So in like 15 minutes, we're gonna be getting some more data. All right, here goes AMD marching a little bit back up to those highs. Let's see if it wants to push above 153. KRE down 1%. Regional's getting hit. That's interesting. Yeah, see, it's fighting this level here. Let's see. You got a minute left on this 15-minute candle. Or, sorry, 5-minute candle. Let's see. I don't know. I'm up 20% on the AMDs. So, but those are so sized for zero. Like, again, guys, this market environment, I'm not looking to do a whole lot. Like, there's no need to be going crazy at all. All right, let's see. So, like, it's going to flicker around. NEE coming back up. Not the biggest fan of the SAIC. I'm not in it. We were just drawing this out to see where the risk and reward was. AMD just got whacked. Let's see. Market getting killed here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on with NEE? Why are we rotating here? Why are we rotating like this? That's weird. Yields are still getting killed. Where's the dollar? The dollar's getting whacked. NEE just ripped. How to make them free? You sell half of your position over 100% gain or more of your position. That's how you make them free. Let's see here. We just got Chicago PMI. 45.3, estimated 45, previous was 47.4. That's interesting. If you're in shares, Sadie, you would, after like the 1 to 2 risk to reward, you would move your stop to break even, basically, is what you would do. Simple as that. All right. AMD is going for round 2. Let's see. This could be a fun one. It'd be nice to get another like 500%er, you know? I mean, what are these up right now? 30%? That's not bad. I mean, again, I'm looking to scale out a little over 100%. If it wants to give me it, that's fine. Yeah, that rotation was weird. Like, as the market started to die, you saw NEE just catch a bid. And I was like, that's weird. So I would assume that XLU utilities did the same thing. I got bid up, but XLU gapping like this, like, remember what was it, UTSL? This was another one we've been looking at. NEE going. Again, I want to see it above 75.68, see what happens there. AMD screwing around. I mean, I'll just keep throwing alerts at day high, see what happens. Let's see. And again, team, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. We're just kind of letting things cook here. I mean, NEE looking good. My NEEs are up. The AMD's only up 18%. Let's see. Good morning, Vixen, everyone. Good morning, Benjamin. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I mean, I'd love for this thing to get to like 155 today. Post earnings blast off. Like, you know, that'd be fun. Yeah, Roblox alerting, but that thing has earnings coming up, so we can't really do anything with that. And then we're going to be back live at 1. I already have the stream scheduled, so if you guys want to go over and set your reminders or your alerts or whatever it is for the Powell stream coming on, I will be back live for Jerome Powell. And again, guys, today is the last day to get the 40% off sale to all the education there. I mean, you guys see it every single week. Just how filthy these trades are and how simple it is. AMD pushing there, NEE pushing. Let's see. AMD new highs. There we go. Thank you. What are those up? 31%. So I've got a little ways to go on this AMD if I want to, you know, hold them. I could just ditch it, but it is Powell Day. I probably won't, though. Microsoft down 2.5. Yeah, I mean, I just liked this utility move, you know? We've seen these set up. I liked how NEE has looked in the past, but this is the best. Remember how we said yesterday, this is the best that I've ever seen NEE set up. Remember, we were trying to get it in here in these places, and it was just moving all over the place. This is the best setup that I've actually seen on it. So if we can break higher, come up, maybe touch this, I mean, this could be a real fun one. Yeah, AMD is just whipping around all over the place. It makes a new high and then just gets absolutely hammered. So we will see. We've got 11 minutes to go until some more data is coming out too. I did play some earnings yesterday too, and those all got hammered. I played some earnings, team, but they were tiny gambles. The Coca-Cola high breakup, nice. Microsoft I actually hit, but like it was like a weird run up into close, and I was just like, all right, well, I'm gonna sell the calls now. Like the calls were up like 70%. I was like, why would I hold the calls being up 70% going into earnings? Like, all right, you're gonna give me free money, I'm gonna take it. Okay, we're gonna put this here. I'm not the biggest fan of these wicks, just letting you know. Not the biggest fan of those wicks on AMD. What's the market doing? But who knows? It's a size for zero post earnings setup. DRN's holding nicely there, which is strange. I would expect that to be up nicely after yields are completely tumbling there. AMD getting hit. What else? UTSL flickering around. NEE still hanging on there. I wouldn't expect NEE to do anything wild in a day, but it could be a fun one. Tilray. That would be a fun one to take a look at. Because ACB, I think, was looking good. Nah, we're not doing anything on this yet. ACB kind of had a setup. I think I looked at that this weekend, and I was like, maybe. Just maybe. See, it like kind of looks good, but it has earnings coming up. You made 66% on your very small account with Nvidia. Happy you sold it open because they were weeklies. There you go, Eddie. There you go. Simple, guys. Keep it simple. DRN kind of moves like KRE. Yeah, I mean it's the 3 times bullish real estate ETF. So I mean my shares are green on it now. My Palantir sold puts are up 21% today, which is good because they got hammered yesterday on that drop. But I mean, time's on my side. I'm fine with like having the shares get exercised at 25. That's fine with me. It gives me something to do. Then I can just sell premium on it because the premiums are pretty nice. Let's see what else we get here. Oh my God, you guys are crushing the like button today. Thank you. Maybe I got to start posting more of those trading videos. Tell everybody we're live on YouTube all the time, and then we get the crew back in here. This is like the best kept secret in like YouTube finance space. If SPY would break 549, it could be nice for calls, but FOMC PAL. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do much on it. NEE back down, AMD screwing around. It did just flash up there though. Let's see. I think 155 would be a good spot for this thing. Like right up here. That might be able to make me make them free. I actually was going to sling something ridiculous on it, and then I was like, oh, those premiums actually aren't that bad. So you bought Palantir puts? Why would you buy Palantir puts? I was selling them. I was like, I want to just sell a premium on it. And some of you guys were asking me, you were like, oh, what about the Palantir puts? I was like, I shorted the puts. I didn't buy them. Like, it cost me some money, but like, I was just looking at it in terms of like a rate of return. If I like, it's not like any significant amount of money. It just gives me something to do. And then I'm actually hoping that I get exercise on them so I can take the premium, have the shares, sell calls on it, and then also have the equity appreciation on it. That would be ideal. NEE getting whacked. Market not really doing much here. Yeah, everything's just kind of flat. I really would not expect anything to be happening pre-Powell. We have 7 minutes to go until some data comes out, but then we're going to be back live for Powell. It was for a hedge. 5-year yield falls to 3.991, lowest level since February 2nd. Wow. Wow. All right. What do we got? I mean, I don't really care about ACV. Where did Match, I don't even think hit any alerts. I think it's just been within the 5-minute opening range. Yeah, it's just been hanging out within the range. That's all it's been doing. Like for the AMD, like it needs to break and close above one of these highs because it's just been like as soon as it makes a new high, it just gets hammered. So you gotta wait and see what happens with that. Do I have any videos on how to sell covered calls and puts? I don't think so, but we could do that in the Discord. We could definitely do a little bit of that in the Discord. All right. AMD's trying to get back up to 153. There it is. Let's see if it goes for that high again. Come on. It's going for it. It's trying. Let's see what happens. Nope. Didn't like it. Look at how volatile that thing is. Everybody needs to do something on AMD, I guess. Like they're just letting it. They're like, oh, buy, buy, buy. Oh no, sell, sell, sell. They're just whipping it all over the place. Match has just been in the range. Starbucks, I didn't do anything. I mean, that broke the bottom of the 5-minute opening range, so that one wouldn't have been validated. So AMD was the only one that qualified. Selling puts and exercising them. Yeah, it's free money. You're playing with time on your side. I do it every now and then. I'll sell covered calls on some stuff sometimes. Like I have some, like I just created my own dividend on the AMDs, collected like 9 grand. Well, I don't know. It was between 6 and 9. I forget what the exact number was, but it was between 6 and 9,000. I forget the exact number of what I collected from the AMD covered calls. All right. That's not great. AMD coming up and attempting, but I mean, it is post earnings. It can do whatever it wants. It's going to whip around, do all sorts of crazy things. Like it might even come down, retest, then go. PayPal moving higher. Yeah, what are you guys up on that? Because I had them, and then once it started to break below that opening range, I was like, yeah, no, I don't really want it anymore. But 65, 68, 65, 76, that's great. I mean, you guys are killing that one. Those have got to be up over 100% now. Gotta be. Yeah, so I mean, technically for you guys, that's a win. You're at 75%. That's interesting. I would assume that's more. That would be more. I would think that would be more. AMD back down below 152. This thing's just whipping around. NEE 75. I mean, you might get it soon on PayPal. If you hit 66, you might get it. If IWM comes down to the daily 9 and 10 EMAs, you'd be a swinger to the upside. I've been looking through IWM a lot. Oh, there goes AMD. I've been looking through IWM a lot to just kind of see like where the tickers are and how they look. There's a couple of opportunities in there. They're not great though. Howard Fo, I don't know. They might have just sized it for 0 Tor and then just let it sit there. I was out of it. Sold mine at 80% because 63% of it. Well, I mean, there you go. Little late of an entry. Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah. Well, with those, remember, you can't, especially with the 5-minute opening range break, never enter if you're late. Enter on the retest. If you really want it, if it comes down and retest the top of that 5-minute opening range, that's where you want to get it because the premiums are going to like widen and shoot up so aggressively if it's moving that fast at open right after that 5-minute open after earnings. So you're gonna overpay for them. That's why I think you guys saw me do it on 3M. The only reason why I was able to get 500% on it was because I waited for the retest and just let it come back to me. All right, where's the market here? Coming back up. All right, PayPal 66. That's probably gonna get you guys there at 100%. AMD's losing it. Big lag on the PayPal chain. My Palantir sold puts are doing great right now. Where's Palantir? Is that at like 28? 27? What's this thing doing? 27, 25, up 3% today. That's great. All right. NEE back up. I do really like this one, but I do have more time on it. So I'm going to let that thing do its thing. Up. All right. Pending home sales. Actual was, 4% versus negative 2.1%. Previous was negative 2.1% previous. The estimate was 1.5. That's interesting. AMD's getting whacked there to the 10 on the 5. That's some interesting housing data. Why are there more pending home sales? How are volumes up? That's strange. Yeah, that is a beat. That's because you waited because you were late and jumped in after the first red candle was printed. Yeah, not the first red candle. You need the retest of the 5-minute opening range. That's where you want to get it. So like I'm pretty sure it was either 3M or IBM. We can take a look at it. But I did get a retest on one of them because it just moved too quick. On this one right here. It was on Friday. This was the 500%er that I gave you guys. Come on, slow computer. Yeah, it was the retest here. See? It's hard to see, but hold on. Because it just blasted quickly and I couldn't get it. And then I just bought the retest. And then I'm pretty sure it was this. Could be wrong though. Maybe I added there. I don't know. IBM, it could have been that one. PayPal at 123% now. There you go, Boric. That's what we do. NEE moving back up. ES pumping on that. AMD. I mean, it's hanging on to that 5-minute 10, but who knows? I mean, coming up and just wicking these levels a couple times, that's not great. So we'll see what happens with it. Ooh, that's not good. See? Bye-bye. Oh, no. You still got it to down here. 147.48. If it hits that, I'm out. Let's see. Wow, those PayPals went. There you go. That's a good one. Hey, dude, AMD's getting blasted right now. Oh, look at that go. Didn't want it. It didn't want it above. We'll see. If it holds, I mean, that could be a good one to have over like the next week. So we're just gonna let it go. Still up 8%. All right. No, PayPal just ripping. There you go. What else? Any hanging around? Dollar still at the lows. Where's the 10-year? I would assume that this thing is still getting killed. It came up a little. All right. AMD getting hit. We'll see what happens. There's not much left to do. I mean, going into Powell later today. So, I mean, we're going to be live back at what, 1:30? That's what the stream is scheduled for. So, Powell will be fun today. This is going to be one of the most important FOMC meetings that we've seen. Just especially because of where we are in the market, it's going to be very, very, very important. So, make sure you guys are around for that. That's going to be fun. So, I mean, we're probably going to wrap it up here. I mean, we've got a big day ahead. There's nothing really to do. So, team, remember, today's that last day to get that 40% off to all the education there, and make sure you're getting that free access to the Discord when it launches. Yeah, but I'll see you guys for Powell at 1:30. So you guys are going to see a lot of me today. I will be back a little later. So, I mean, the PayPal's pumping there. We'll see what happens with the AMD. If it holds the 5-minute opening range, fine. I mean, I'll just keep holding it. But if it breaks below, I'll just cut it. So, any E's flickering around. I like how the utility setups look. So we'll see if those can get some legs at some point over the next few months. But again, there's not really all that much to do until the market starts handing us trades on a silver platter. Again, less trades, more profits. Well, I mean, I got to confirm there's this new tax plan that I've seen that's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, so guys, today's the last day. So if you guys want to hop in there, make sure you do it. If not, you guys are going to be subjected to those higher prices, man. So team, you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys later at 1:30. Peace.